Hi everyone, welcome back to Jess Reads. If you're new here, my name is Jess, and this is Jess Reads. And this is my third video back from my hiatus for the new year. And this video is just going to be my 2026 priority TBR. It's okay, so it's not like every book I want to read during the year, but just like the most important to me books that I've been like dying to read, and I'm going to make it a priority this year to finally read them, no matter how long they've been sitting on my shelves. So let's just get into it. So the first book should come as no surprise to a lot of you, and that is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I am sure a lot of you have already read this, but if you haven't, it is basically about I'm just gonna read the back because that's what I've been known to do on my channel. I just read the back of books because I have a terrible memory. This is about a young woman finding both her voice and her passion as she fights to become one of the first female NASA astronauts in the 1980s. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. I've had friends... Oh no. That's weird. Oh my gosh. Sorry. My book is like stained over here. I didn't notice that. It was like taped or something. Okay, well, it's not going to affect reading the book, but that's just kind of disappointing. I thought my book was in like good condition. Anyway, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I've heard nothing but rave reviews about it. The next two books are, well, they're separate, but they're by the same author, and I believe they're set in the same universe. And they are Part of Your World and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And I have read a few of Abby's books before, and she's just a phenomenal writer. And so technically, the first book I read by her was Just for the Summer, and that's essentially the third book in this universe. So like you're supposed to like start with, I think it was, oh man, I don't remember the order, but it's one of these, and then the other one, and then Just for the Summer is number 3. But I didn't know that, so I read Just for the... Which you can read them in, like, out of order. I guess it just makes sense if you... It's not... Because they're interconnected standalones, but technically there's an order, but also there's not. You know what I mean? So you're not really missing anything. I don't think there are any plot holes within any of them. So, yeah. But, so Part of Your World, we'll start with that one, is... It's after a wild bet, gourmet grilled cheese sandwich, and cuddle with a baby goat, Alexis Montgomery has had her world turned upside down. The cause, Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than she is and as casual as they come. The complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. That's... I don't know. So, Part of Your World, I have my computer down here. Oops. I have my computer down here, so if I'm looking here, that's why. I've also had tendencies to do that. So if you're a regular here, you should be used to this by now. So Part of Your World is a contemporary romance novel about a wealthy ER doctor, Alexis, who falls for a younger casual carpenter, Daniel, in a small town, forcing her to choose between her privileged life and a relationship that challenges her family's expectations. Oh, and it is the first in the series. Okay, so Part of Your World comes first. And then we're going to go into... Where'd it go? Then we're going to go into Yours Truly. And Yours Truly is about Brianna Ortiz, a doctor whose life is in flux, and her new irritating colleague, Dr. Jacob Maddox, who has severe social anxiety. Okay. Their dislike turns into an unexpected connection through letters, leading to a fake dating relationship that helps both of them navigate personal challenges, including Brianna's brother needing a kidney transplant, in which Jacob secretly provides. So yeah, these... Come on. These two books are... I mean, they've been out for a while. These are the special editions. Like, why get the special editions if you don't plan on reading them? You know, like, I know I was going to read them eventually, so here they are. I do also have the Just for the Summer edition over on my shelves. But, like I said, I already read it. So, and I have the regular edition and the special edition. So, but, you know, the special edition, this all came as a set. So I have 2 copies of that. Yeah, so I'm gonna read these and we'll see how much I like them. So next up, we have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a very popular book, very popular. And I am not the biggest fan of like mythology and like history and things like that. I don't know why. In school it just never, I was never good at it. It just, I mean, as a very wise person once said, names and dates. It's just names and dates. But, you know, I don't know. But back to the book itself. A Song of Achilles is a tale of gods and goddesses, kings and queens, immortal fame, and the human heart. And like I said, I have never really taken an interest in this category, subgenre of books. But I think it's time that I start, and everyone again raves about this book. So I'm excited to see where it takes me. So next up, we have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I bought this during a vacation. I mean, the cover is obviously what drew me in, because look at that cover. Look at this freaking cover. It's so pretty. And you know, and then you have the sprayed edges, purple. It's such a pretty book. And The Spell Shop is a book, it says, it takes a village to open a heart and just one man to steal it. Keela has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, have spent the last decade sequestered among the Empire's most precious spellbooks, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spell books they can carry and head to a remote island Keela never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Keela discovers, much to her dismay, a nosy and very handsome neighbor who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and to help fix up her new home. In need of income, Keela identifies something that even the bakery in town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries. But magic can do more than make life a little sweeter, so Keela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. Yeah, this just seems right up my alley, fantasy-wise. I don't know how much fantasy I've discussed on my channel in the past. Probably not much, because I was just never really into fantasy. But over the last year or so, I have been getting a lot more into it. So, can't wait to go on this journey and see what happens. The next book I have is Never Thought I'd End Up Here by Anne Lang. And this, I admit it, I read the first, like, couple of pages in store a while back, like, when this first came out. Because, like, this book, as far as I know, like, this book, like, blew up pretty quickly. And I've wanted it since I heard about it, and it's, oh, did I mention it's a YA book? Did I mention that? I don't know. But it's YA romance, and, well, it's romance, and it's YA romance, and, I mean, that's, again, like, right up my alley. Any romance is right up my alley. And this is just, it's, okay. I will read the synopsis on the inner dust jacket. Leah Zhang has just ruined her cousin's wedding. She didn't mean to wish the bride a depressing marriage and poor health, but she's forgotten most of her Mandarin. Her parents staged an intervention. Leah will be sent on a travel program across China's most beautiful cities. To them, it's the perfect opportunity for Leah to get back to her roots. To Leah, it's simply a much-needed escape. But before Leah can even begin to enjoy the luxurious hotels, stunning scenery, and mouth-watering cuisine, she finds that also on the trip is cynical, sarcastic Cyrus Sui, who's somehow only gotten more annoyingly handsome since the day he told a lie that ruined her life. While Leah might be tempted to shove him off the peak of the Yellow Mountain when nobody's looking, she can't get rid of him just yet. After all, she might never have another chance to get revenge. Yet the deeper they wander into China's provinces, the deeper Leah finds herself falling in love with the boy she once despised, the home she never thought she'd call her own, and the parts of herself she thought were already lost. I'm excited. My gosh. Like, I'm really, and I mean, this cover is stunning. I'm wondering if, I mean, yeah, there's no other, like, pictures or anything, but, like, well, there's this on the back, which is also stunning. Yeah. The next book is a book that a book that I dropped, apparently. A book that I've been wanting to read for years and years and years. Ever since I saw Destiny Sidwell first talk about this book and the author and how much she just wanted to read, like, everything she's ever written. And it is From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. And okay, yeah, let's just read the synopsis and then we'll talk about it, as I've been doing. If someone were to ask Jasmine Santos to describe the last few years of her life with Let's start that over, shall we? If someone were to ask Jasmine Santos to describe the last few years of her life with a single word, it would definitely be a 4-letter one. After 17 years and countless broken bones and broken promises, she knows her window to compete in figure skating is coming to a close. But when the offer of a lifetime comes in from an arrogant idiot she spent the last decade dreaming about pushing in the way of a moving bus, Jasmine might have to reconsider everything, including Ivan Lukov. So it's a figure skating romance. That's all I really know about it. I just know that this is, like, one of Mariana Zapata's, like, more popular books. And this is the, well, because I know she redid, like, her covers a lot. Like, well, so far I know there's, like, 2 redone covers. I don't know if that's it. But this is, like, her original cover of this book. But as I've said, I think it's, like, the only one that even exists. But, I got it, right when the other new covers were coming out. So I thought that this would get I thought that this would also be getting a new cover. So that's why I picked this up as soon as I could. But it doesn't seem like it's going to. I mean, whatever. So I have this book. And I've had it. And I'm going to read it. And I'm excited. So the next book on my 2026 priority TBR is 123 by Lori Frankel, and this centers around a set of triplets, and it says, everyone knows everyone in the tiny town of Bourne, but the Mitchell triplets are especially beloved. Maribel is the smartest person anyone knows, and no one doubts it just because she can't speak. Monday is the town's purveyor of books now that the library's closed. Is it Mabe or Mab? I'm going to say Mabe. Mabe's job is the hardest of all. Get good grades, get into college, get out of Bourne. For a few weeks 17 years ago, Bourne was national news when its water turned green, and the girls have come of age watching their mother's endless fight for justice. But just when it seems like life might go on the same forever, the first moving truck anyone's seen in years pulls up and unloads new residents and old secrets. Soon, the Mitchell sisters are taking on a system stacked against them and uncovering mysteries buried longer than they've been alive. So this is literally like I'm assuming it's a thriller mystery kind of book. And yeah. So book number 9 is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. And this, let's see. 10 years after graduation, Jessica Miller has planned her triumphant return to Southern elite Duquesne University, down to the envious whispers that are sure to follow in her wake. Everyone is going to see the girl she wants them to see. Confident, beautiful, indifferent. Not the girl she was when she left campus, back when Heather Shelby's murder fractured everything, including the tight bond linking the 6 friends she'd been closest to since freshman year. But not everyone is ready to move on. Not everyone left Duquesne 10 years ago, and not everyone can let Heather's murder go unsolved. Someone is determined to trap the real killer to make the guilty pay. When the 6 friends are reunited, they will be forced to confront what happened that night, and the year's worth of secrets each of them would do anything to keep hidden. Told in racing dual timelines with a dark campus setting and a darker look at friendship, love, obsession, and ambition, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is an addictive, propulsive read you won't be able to put down. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I said before, I haven't really read much thriller mystery books, but we'll see how much I enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a chance. We'll figure things out along the way. And the final book that is on my priority TBR for this year is, of course, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I have had this book pretty much all year, and I just haven't picked it up. And it's very popular, but it's also it's like a double-edged sword. Sword. It's like a double-edged sword, and it's in the way that it's popular, but also it's, what's the word? Why can't I think of the word? Anyway, it's whatever. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like it. I think this is they say a gateway into fantasy. And it's a young adult fantasy, so I feel like it'll be a little easier to understand. We can only hope, right? Yeah. Oh, is this the book that? Yeah, this is the Kai Azer. Is that how you say it? Kai Azer. Is there a? Let me see. I'm just curious if there is. Ooh, there's a map. Okay. There's a map in the front. I'm liking where this is going. I like when they do that. Let me see if... About the author. Okay. Yeah, it's just... I thought there'd be a pronunciation guide maybe, just in case. But I'm just gonna say Kai Azer. Yeah. So those are all of the books that I put on my priority TBR for 2026. I said 2026 in the beginning, right? Because I may have said 2025 and I may have been stupid, but we'll find out when I edit this thing. So yeah, that's about it. Comment down below your top picks for the year, and we'll see if we have any in common. or, you know, just leave me some recommendations. I could always use more. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.